What's up traders, welcome back to the channel. You've been using the RSI indicator wrong this whole time, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can get a 70 to 80% win rate when you're trading with the RSI indicator on any time frame and on anything that you can trade on TradingView. So forex, crypto, stocks, futures, you name it. I'm going to show you how to get a very high win rate using the RSI indicator. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right guys, so before I show you guys the right way to use the RSI indicator, let me show you guys the wrong way to use the RSI indicator. And this is probably the way that you guys have been taught to use the RSI indicator this whole time since you've been trading. So very, very simple, guys. What you want to do here is simply just look for overbought and oversold areas on the RSI, and this is where you buy and sell. Again, this is wrong. This is not the way you want to use it. So for example, over here, you would have bought in this section and you can see the price just fell down. You would have bought again over here and the price fell down again. You would have bought again over here and over here and over here, and all single time these losses would have occurred on your charts. You would have had 5 losses in a row in just this one section. Now, this doesn't mean that this indicator sucks and you should not use it, because actually the RSI indicator is one of the best indicators when it comes to trading in general. It shows you the best areas to buy and sell. But the thing is that it needs some support so you can understand exactly when you should be buying and when you should be selling according to the RSI indicator. And for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a simple tool called Elite Algo. I'm going to plug it into my charts here, and it's going to give me the overall bias of what's happening on my chart. So I plugged it in. This is what it looks like. It's a tool that gives me buy and sell signals directly on the chart. Now, you can trade these buy and sell signals yourself if you want, or you can use it as confirmations for strategies that you already currently use, like the RSI strategy or the MACD strategy or moving average crossover or Fibonacci. Whatever you're using, you can use this to help you better understand exactly when you should be buying, when you should be selling. So for example, we can see that in this section where we got all these oversold positions that we would have bought at over here, that all would have ended up in a loss, we would understand that we're actually currently in a seller's market, right? The last signal that was given by the indicator was a sell position. So what we should do here is actually look for sells only on this chart using the RSI indicator. So what we would have done here is we would actually only take this signal right there. This right here in this moment would have been the only time I would enter based on the RSI indicator. I would have set my stop loss based on the last high. The last high being over here, for example. This is where the last structure is. So I would have a very simple stop loss like this, and then simply set a take profit level. I can risk 1 to 3, so maybe something like this if I want to, or 1 to 2, or if I want to go for a 1 to 4. That's really up to you and what you want to trade with and what type of risk management you want to set for yourself. But this is ultimately what I would have done using this strategy here. Very, very simple, guys. It would have happened again over here. We can see that in the area over here, we were overbought again. So this would have entered a position to sell in this section based on the fact that we're currently in a seller's market, as we can see. And this would have been another signal that we could have taken on the RSI telling us, hey, we should probably be trading over here. And this would have resulted in a win again over here. As we can see right here, guys, we can use these signals to better understand exactly when we should buy and sell. Now, the thing with this tool also is you can customize this to give you either short-term trends or long-term trends. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So for example, over here, we have the sensitivities and all the inputs for the indicator. But specifically, we have this section over here that says noise filter. Now, what this does is that this applies a filter to the chart that detects noise on the chart. So noise, this could be market manipulation. This could be pretty much anything that would throw an indicator off. So if we uncheck this, look what happens over here. For example, the indicator is going to start acting a little bit more fast and sporadically, as you can see. But when we add the noise filter back on, it's really going to filter out the signals and make it extremely, extremely nice. Now we can reduce this filter and we can also increase it. So for example, if we increase it to 4 over here instead of the 3 that was there previously, we can see that it's going to give us longer term trends over here. And then we can also fine tune this to give us better signals whenever we're back testing to make sure we have the most optimum settings on the chart for whatever we're looking to trade. We also have gap filters. What this basically does is that it adds a filter to big price movements that happen very, very fast. Trend filter and volatility filter that you can use whenever you're trading with the indicator. Sorry, my camera was blocking all that, but this is basically what I was talking about over here. The noise filter, we can increase, reduce this. We can use these filters if we want to get more filters going on the chart and possibly get better signals. So for example, let's just see what happens if we turn them all on here. It could be worse, it could be better. I'm not too sure, but let's see what happens here on our charts with these signals. As we can see, this is what we get in this section once we do that. So we can go ahead again, use this to increase the strategy and the win rate on the RSI indicator. And that's how you should use the RSI indicator. You should not use it by itself. Combine it with a trend system tool that will help you understand exactly when you should be selling and buying with the RSI. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe. It really motivates us to keep going in the future. And if you want access to the Elite Algo Indicator, this is not available inside the public library up here. You actually have to sign up for it. And I'm going to leave a link in the description down below to go ahead and get access to that. It's extremely cheap. It's only $1 for the first 30 days to try it. So if you guys like it, go ahead and check it out. Have yourselves a good day.